Hello people of the internet, today I will be showing you how to set up and install FaceTrackNoIR and run it on Arma 2. It's obviously the same with Arma 3, the original Arma and any Arma ever, and also any directly compatible games that are compatible directly with FaceTrackNoIR. Okay, if you don't know what FaceTrackNoIR is, it is a head tracking software that uses your face instead of any mounts that you've built or bought. So it's free, completely, except minus the cost of a head cam. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is download it. Go onto the internet, type in FaceTrackIR. No FaceTrackNoIR even, but you can type in FaceTrackIR, FaceTrack IT, you've got plenty of options to type in and it will come up with it. Okay, so here we go, big green button, download now. You want to download the full installer and then wait for it to download. Download will start in 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go, look, it's downloading. Okay, so I'm not going to download it because I've already got it, but once you've downloaded it, install it like any other software ever. Follow the instructions. There will be another thing that pops up after you've installed the proper FaceTrackNoIR package. It will take about a minute, and then you'll have this thing that's something to do with the joystick. I can't remember specifically, but you want to install that as well. Okay, so once it's downloaded, if it's not on your home screen, like it wasn't for me, then you want to do this PC. You want to go into the local disk, Program Files 86, ABBA QRQ Inc, and FaceTrackNoIR. Okay, so you'll see it there. Obviously, you can then copy or create a shortcut, onto your desktop, all that cool stuff. So I've done that already. So here you go. Load up FaceTrackNoIR. Here, this is FaceTrackNoIR. Obviously, it comes up with the name of your webcam. This is the name of my webcam. Don't mind about this Arma 2 nonsense or Arma or even Arma.ini. That's just a settings file. You don't need to install any plugins into Arma 2. It's automatic, and it will just find the game and run it. So I don't know why I'm constantly talking about Arma 2, but it is a good game. I recommend you buy it. But it also works with any directly compatible games ever. Okay, so cool. The first thing you want to do is track a source. Face API, make sure that's checked out of all of those. Filter, the Aquila filter, you want that one. Game protocol, out of all of these, you want free track. Track source second, make sure that's nothing. Make sure nothing's inverted. Smoothing, a bit of smoothing is always nice. Settings and game protocol, you want to start dummy trackir.exe. Make sure enable both is on and all of that cool stuff. Cool. Short keys. We're at the center. Basically, it's a calibration thing. So obviously the calibration for me is control numpad 0. Game 0 is centering your view on the crosshairs, or the crosshairs on your view. I can't exactly remember, but we'll find out soon enough. Okay, so cool. Once all that's done, you want to press start. And if your head camera is webcam is connected to your computer properly, which I think mine might be, then look, there we go, there's my face. Hi. So that's come up, and obviously you can see by the yellow thing around my eyes, and chin and nose. It's obviously not very stylish, but it works. If it doesn't come straight away, check your connection. And yeah, so check your connection. Okay, so obviously you can see in the top left that if I move my head around, that moves as well. It's not moving in the direction I'm moving at the moment. If I center it using Control 0, calibrate it, as I just said, or Control 1, game view, calibrate it. Then if I turn, it doesn't turn much for me because I've set it to not do that, because I find it better in games where it's not so sensitive. Okay, but if you want it to be more sensitive, go into curves and you can change the sensitivity here. So obviously if I change the sensitivity up, you can change it down or anything. Don't add any more curves in there unless you want it to be jumping around all the time. Okay, so as you can see, I've disabled roll, so if I roll my head, it won't do anything. It'll do something up there. Not rolling, but it'll do something. But I've disabled roll because roll is kind of pointless. Pitch down, pitch up, obviously it's all working. I move my head around. That's all fine. Translations, I've disabled the Z-axis, because I found it really distracting in game. But for flight simulators such as DCS World and Microsoft Flight Simulator X, the Z-axis, you want to enable that so you can move around in the cockpit nicely. Okay, so as you can see, if it ever stops detecting your face, then you just stare at the camera for a bit, and if you have a light source like I do, then you want it to be indirect. Make sure it can see the entirety of your face quite clearly. So you can just set that around. Make sure your face doesn't blend into the background. So if you're a chameleon, this might not work. If you're a ghost, this might not work. But it's all in terms and conditions, I think, probably somewhere. And yeah, so that's cool. Now I will show you how to use it in Arma 2. As I said, it will be the same for most directly compatible games. If it's not directly compatible, then you will have to go on the internet and find out how to do it. So here we go. Okay, so here we go. Bohemia Interactive presents Arma 2. Sweet. So first of all, I'll show you in a helicopter, because that's when I find it most. You're in a helicopter / plane, obviously, but I'm going to use a helicopter because it's quicker. Well, it's not quicker in speed-wise, it's just quicker to do. So, but actually, before you go into a game, make sure you press Options, Controls, Controller, Free Track. Make sure that's enabled. Obviously, it's already enabled for me, but I'll disable it. And this is what it'll say: Enable. Press Enable, and then OK. Cool. So once press back. So now single player. Obviously, you can go on multiplayer or whatever, but I'm gonna go on single player and go in the editor because it's quick, and long videos are boring. So I'm going to be a quick video. Well, I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible. Okay, so we'll wait for this to load. It shouldn't take too long. So if you're thinking about buying a TrackIR, I recommend you check this out before you do buy a TrackIR, because it's free and you don't want to waste your money. And if you find it's great, then you don't want to you don't want to waste your money. Okay, so we'll just deploy a helicopter. Show you what it's like. Okay, so here we are in the helicopter. I am facing a strange direction. Obviously, so the calibration, you need to calibrate it, remember. So we want... Why did it zoom in? Okay. So here we are in the helicopter. Obviously you can see that if I move my head, it moves my head in game. I'm actually just going to quickly edit the sensitivity of the rotation axis. I'm going to half each of these. Yeah, I'm just going to half the yaw, because the yaw is the sideways movement, and as you can see, that was actually crazy. Oh, see, that's much better. Okay, so we'll just calibrate it quickly. That's a bit strange. Okay, there we go. Why does it do that? Okay, there we go. It's calibrated. So you know, just mess around with the center and the game view center. So here we go. I'm not using the mouse. I am freely looking around. Okay, so I'll show you. So the benefits in flight are immense. I mean, it saves you having to go in and press Alt and using free look. You know, you can literally just turn your head and you'll look around. The faster your webcam is, the best this will work. So the higher frames, the best this will work. Ignore the messages that I'm getting through Steam. I'm just too popular. So as you can see, I can look around freely while flying. And the benefits are, you know, you can see where you're turning and all that. Okay, so obviously there are benefits of flying, but what about walking? So what we're going to do is going to while we're lifting, as I am looking around freely, I'm looking around, yeah, with, oh, there you go, the explosion of my helicopter, there you go. So here we go, we're on the ground.
Shit! 2 is hit!
Okay, so you may get you may be a bit buggy at first, but you just look around. This is what I meant by it's not great in so it's not great in first-person shooters, but you know, it's better than having. So obviously I am automatically leaning for some reason. That's because I am leant over, which it kind of explains it, to be honest. But anyway, so as you can see, I can look around freely while running, and then I can scope like that. You have to look down the scope, so it's not great. So any head tracking is not great while playing first-person shooters. However, it works. I mean, it adds to the sense of immersion, but it's mainly designed for flight simulators and flying in general. Okay, so I hope this tutorial helped you. If it did, I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. And if it really helped and you're feeling kind, subscribe. I mean, it helps me out. This is my first video ever. Well, proper video ever. So I'd appreciate the support if you'd be kind enough to subscribe. Otherwise than that, thanks for watching and goodbye.